Hey guys, so something I see all the time is people who don't understand how to pace a CrossFit workout. Y'all see people all the time, like doing these things in just regular workouts. I see it with people in the open, when they're doing their workouts. I see it in just local competitions. And one of the things, like watch some videos of some of these pro-level CrossFitters doing open workouts, doing the quarterfinals that we just had. Watch them as we go into these different regional kind of events or at the games. They understand pacing. They understand how to pace a workout. And I see this all the time, and it really does, for a lot of people, it really does just drag down their performance in a lot of different workouts. So I'm gonna talk about a couple things you can do to help your pacing. So number one is this. This is something that so many people do. They get off of one movement and they sprint to the next. They get off a rower and they sprint forward to a dumbbell or a barbell or a box. They get off an assault bike and they're walking all like this from being on an assault bike for 20 calories. Their legs are all wobbly and they're trying to do some weird wobble and run to a box to start jumping on it, or to a barbell to start doing overhead squats. This is how you need to attack your workouts, moving between movements. You get off a rower, take a half a second. Just walk. If you go back and look at the time between running to the dumbbell and walking to the dumbbell, it's probably a second and a half, maybe not even that, maybe just 1 second difference. But you are able to take an extra breath, maybe 2 breaths before you pick up the dumbbell, and you're able to make a much better transition. Transitions are so important in our workouts, even day to day. People forget that, we always hear the thing like when you were a kid playing sports, how you practice is how you play. So many people are like, I'm trying to get ready for the open. I'm trying to get ready for this local comp that I'm doing. Well, if your local comp, you're sprinting ahead, which you're going to, and you're doing that every day, you're never gonna build any pacing. So if you're doing something heavier, or you're trying to go faster on the rower, or trying to cycle that dumbbell faster, you're not gonna have any time to breathe. You're gonna be picking up the dumbbell, and then you're gonna have to put down the dumbbell. And think about it. What's honestly better? To walk from a rower to a dumbbell for 30 dumbbell snatches, and you can just pick up the dumbbell, and because you took an extra second, even 2 seconds, and walked, you're able to cycle through all those dumbbell snatches without even putting down the dumbbell. Or you sacrifice that 2 seconds and you sprint to the dumbbell, but then you have to break at 20 and you put the dumbbell down for like 5 or 6 seconds before you get started again. At that point, you are now opting to sacrifice 2 seconds to go ahead and spend an extra 5 seconds during a workout. That's not efficient. So that's thing number one. Pace and walk between your movements. You don't have to run. Listen, if you're someone who sits there and you're in a competition, a local competition, or you're in an open workout and it's the last round of something, and you see that you're just barely off the pace, or you're tied with the guy next to you and you have a little bit left in the tank because you've paced yourself well, sprint forward to that last movement or in that last round. Don't start out doing that. We have to pull ourselves back a little. Way number 2 to help your pacing. When you're doing AMRAPs, plan a little in the beginning and test the AMRAP. See people all the time who sit there and they start some AMRAP, and it's a 18 or 20 minute AMRAP, and they've got 3 or 4 movements in it, and they go and all they hear is as many reps and rounds as possible. And so they sit there and they go out like gangbusters. And they finish that first round, and like an average person would finish it in about 2 minutes at a normal pace. They finish it in 1:30. They finish the next one in 1:40. They finish the third round in 2.5 minutes. And then after that, they're on their hands and knees about to die because they can't breathe. Their legs are shot. They're gone. No, they're not going to recover for the remaining 14 or 15 minutes of that workout. Unless they sit there and take 2 minutes off in the middle of it, and then you're just killing yourself as you're trying to put up a good score. Y'all, there's a better way. Y'all, get everything set up. Get yourself warmed up. Ask them for an extra 2 minutes before they start the workout. Set the timer on your phone, or if they have the clock running on the wall, y'all go through an entire round. Time yourself going through an entire round. Start the clock. Do the row, do the box jumps, do the toes to bar, do the dumbbell snatches, and then see what your time is. If you're doing a 20-minute AMRAP and you all of a sudden see, wow, that took me exactly 2 minutes, well, number one, do not get trapped into this mindset that every single round has to be in 2 minutes or less. Because we know that there's a diminishing return where at some point you're going to get it tired. At minute 15, at minute 18 of a 20-minute AMRAP, you're going to get tired. It might take you a minute 10, minute 20. So y'all, take that 2 minutes and say, okay, I'm gonna start out trying to make sure my first round takes me 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And I'm gonna try to see if every single round I can get done in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Because then at the end, you're not going to have these rounds that take you 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes because you're dying. Because you got to break up the dumbbell snatches, or you do the box jumps and you're sitting on the box or hands on your knees for 45 seconds, but halfway through, you can just work through the workout. That's the difference in someone getting 10 rounds or 9 rounds of something done and someone only getting 6 rounds of the same thing done. But you're going to be able to push yourself at the end, and guess what? If you see on that clock that, hey, I've got 8 minutes left, I still feel great. I've been pacing this. I feel like I'm going way slower, and I'm not even getting to the 220. I'm finishing at 215 for every round. At that point, you're going to have more on the tape to say, okay, I'm going to start the next round, I'm going to go at 210. And in your mind, see how you feel. If you're still feeling good, now I'm going to go to 205. And if that's kind of pushing it, say, okay, I'm going to hold every other round after this at 205. But that's going to get it to where you only end up sacrificing 1 round. So yeah, you don't get 10 rounds, but you get 9 plus. Or instead of you don't get 10 rounds, but you get 4 rounds or 6 rounds. 9 plus some reps is a whole lot better than getting 6 rounds. Go back and look at the leaderboard from the Open any year that there's been AMRAPs in them. Look at how people place. The difference in 1 or 2 reps, that can be 20, 30 places in the Open. Method number 3, the last one for pacing yourself efficiently during a CrossFit workout. Know the things that you are going to struggle on. Know your weaknesses, y'all. Know your limitations. And I know sometimes as CrossFitters, some of us are alpha people, and we're like, I don't have any weaknesses, I'm good at everything, that's why I do CrossFit, we're really good at everything. But everybody has some weakness. Everybody does. We see it with games athletes. We see guys who are killing it, then they have to do a swim and straight downhill. Or then they have something with 30 or 60 muscle ups or handstand push-ups, and all of a sudden, straight down the toilet. And they're on fire before that. Know the things that are going to limit you. If there's a workout that, whether it's at a competition and you're like, yes, I can, you start looking at the 5 or 6 workouts for the competition and you're like, I can do this one RX, I can do this one RX, I can do this one, and I can do this one, but it's got 5 reps at a 315-pound deadlift, and my max is about 330. So I can do that, but it's going to be hard. Make a plan for that. Don't go in there thinking that those 5 or 6 reps with that 315, you're just going to pick it up every time and rep through all of them. You may see other guys doing that in heats before you or in other workouts before you, if that's the case for a workout in your affiliate. But y'all understand that may not be able to work for you. So if it's a competition you can't scale it, then okay. If you can scale it and you want to go to 300 and you're just in your affiliate workouts, your day-to-day workout, that's fine. But y'all, if it's something, an open workout, if it's something at your competition, y'all make a plan and know, okay, this is going to be kind of a little bit of a wall within this workout. And so I need to have a plan. Okay, I'm going to go test this some in the days before. I can do 2 reps at a time, no sweat. I can do 3 and that last rep's going to be hard. So I got 5 reps to do. I'm going to do 3, then I'm going to put the bar down, and then I'm going to count. I'm going to look at the clock, and I'm going to give myself 10 seconds. Or I'm going to give myself 12 seconds. Pick a time, and then I'm going to be picking up that bar when it hits 10 seconds, when it hits 12 seconds, when it hits 6 seconds, whatever you need. Y'all, there are a number of times you can see guys in the games. See these guys and gals in the games. Y'all, they put a bar down, they drop off something, and then they're looking up. Y'all, they're not just, yeah, they might be getting chalk, but then they're looking back at the clocks that they have at each end sometimes. Some of them are being strategic. If they got 30 muscle ups in something, they're being strategic, looking at the clock, put chalk on their hands, they're waiting 1 or 2 more seconds. Y'all, you'll see them sometimes stand there like this before they look up to jump up for the bar. Y'all, they are being strategic about the amount of rest that they need to make sure that they can, y'all, it's a difference in 30 muscle ups, breaking them once versus breaking them 3 or 4 times. Y'all, you drop back down, hurry, put chalk on, hop back up. Y'all, that may be just enough time to cost you having to break those every 10 reps versus you reach off your hands, take a second, shake out your arms, take an extra breath, then you jump back to that bar. Y'all, make a plan if it's going to be something you struggle with. Make a plan from the beginning to pace yourself through it. It's only going to help you perform better throughout the entire workout. Because remember, if you sit there and sell out on that one thing that's really hard for you, you may get back on a rower, you may be a fantastic rower, you may be fantastic at wall balls, but you're going to be so beat up that you're not going to have anything left in the tank. Hopefully those 3 tips help. Use these in your daily workouts, y'all. This is one of those things, or you heard it, like we said earlier, your coaches used to tell you when you were playing sports as a kid or in high school or college, you heard it all the time. You play how you practice. Every day in the gym, this is our session for practice. This is our chance to get better, to make improvements. Y'all, you can't sit there and just sit on, the first, 22.1 next year, say, oh, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to pace myself and start doing things the right way. Y'all, you got to do this every single day. Every single day, everything we do is to get ready for the Open next year, to get ready for that local competition you're doing in the summer or in the fall. Y'all, start using these right here, right now. Let them make an impact on your daily workouts. Let them make an impact on how you can perform day to day in the gym. And then when it comes to those times you test yourself, whether it's a competition, whether it's the Open, whether it's your coach just saying, all right, y'all, we're going to go competition mode today and we're going to just try to go as fast as we can and put up the best score we can on this. You're going to be ready because you're already understanding how to pace yourself on your transitions, how to pace yourself in an AMRAP, and how to know your limitations and let the pacing with all of these things work for you instead of working against you. I'll see y'all later, guys.